Good morning and welcome to Daily Journal NewsBreak, sponsored by Renaissance Bank. It's Wednesday, July 18th, and I'm your host, Elizabeth Walters. We're going to take a look at the top news and sports stories from Northeast Mississippi, but first, let's start with your weather forecast. Today, we're looking at cloudy skies this afternoon with a possible stray shower or thunderstorm with a high around 91. And over the next 3 days, beginning with Thursday, we're expecting partly cloudy skies with a high of 93 and a low of 71. Friday, showers and thunderstorms late, high of 95 and a low of 74. And on Saturday, cloudy skies with a 20% chance of rain, high of 94 and a low of 72. Now let's take a look at today's top headlines. Passenger boardings are on the rise at Tupelo Regional Airport. May mark the first time since September of 2011 that Tupelo Regional saw over 1,000 passengers in back-to-back months, and 2017 also saw over 10,000 passengers, which was also the first since 2011. Contour Airlines has been the service provider at the airport since April of 2016, and in May added more seats to its planes as part of a new contract. Also playing a factor, Contour has improved reliability, completing nearly 98% of its flights, and because the airport has reached the 10,000 enplanement threshold, it is eligible now to receive up to $1 million from the FAA for the next fiscal year. Tupelo Mayor Jason Shelton is planning a trip to Germany next month to forge relations and boost new possibilities for tourism driven by the most well-known native son of Tupelo, Elvis Presley. Shelton will travel to Bad Nauheim, which is where Presley lived for 2 years. And that city also hosts its own annual commemoration of the king. The Tupelo City Council approved the mayor's international travel plans Tuesday night, and he will be the only member of city government traveling. The mayor's plans include meeting with the local liaison for Tupelo's Visitors Bureau, as well as with municipal and tourism officials. Shelton's August trip will be in conjunction with the European Elvis Festival, which marks the anniversary of Presley's death. And new this morning on djournal.com and from our media partner, Mississippi Today, according to a new study from the Journal of the American Medical Association of Pediatrics, Mississippi is last in the country for screening young children for developmental delays. These screenings are important because they do help place children into early intervention programs, and according to the study, only 17% of Mississippi children are currently receiving them, while the national average is around 30%. If delays or disabilities go untreated, those children are less likely to finish school, and Mississippi currently has around 25% of its students not completing high school. Last fall, the state did receive a $10.5 million grant from the Federal Health Resources and Services Administration to launch a program geared toward improving early childhood health. And the goal of the Child Health and Development Project is to reach 60% of children in the state by the year 2020. And in sports, Joe Morehead and the Bulldogs met with SEC media in Atlanta this morning. The first-year coach for Mississippi State said he liked what he saw during spring drills, and among his goals for the Bulldogs, for them to be the best Power 5 football team in the state. Morehead discussed the excitement around the return of quarterback Nick Fitzgerald after his injury in last season's Egg Bowl, and he said he sees similarities between the senior and Penn State quarterback Trace McSorley. Morehead said he wants to elevate Mississippi State's program from good to great and used Alabama as an example to follow. Logan Lowry will have more updates from Atlanta throughout the day, so be sure to check out djournal.com for the latest. And that does it for NewsBreak on this Wednesday. Don't forget that this show is just one of the many online offerings, courtesy of the Daily Journal, that gets you news off the page and on the go. Check out the Prep Rally podcast for the latest on Northeast Mississippi high school sports with hosts Brad Locke and Dalton Middleton. Look for a new episode this afternoon in Apple Podcast, Google Play, or at preprally.djournal.com. Each story discussed today on NewsBreak can be found in your Daily Journal or online at djournal.com, where you can also find a new episode of NewsBreak each Wednesday morning. And special thanks to Renaissance Bank for sponsoring NewsBreak each day. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Walters. Have a great Wednesday.